Thank you for joining us, everyone. This is the AlteX Expert series, and today I also have James Donaldson from Wingtra, Razvan Scutaro from Stratus Geomatics, as well as Kevin Todero from RMUS. Is that how you say it, Kevin?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. I'll just run a quick introduction. So first of all, my name is Yifei Zhao. I am the operations director here at AlteX Academy. My background actually started from professional filming back in 2006. Then in 2011, I moved into specialty equipment. So we actually started out from building heavy lift drones, flying for film sets. Really, what we say is specialty equipment on the film set is managing the uncertainties, and every project is different. That's where really all the fun was. Throughout our experience, we had a chance of building a training program with Humber College, and really from there, our eyes were open to different solutions, different technologies available in the drone industry, not just for professional filming. And we had a chance of working with different sectors, different clients to help them setting up a solution, not just from training, but also working with different industry sectors, all the way from equipment to the operators or the service providers themselves, so that we can come up with what is the best solution or explore different technologies to deliver the most effective results. That's what it really comes down to. And that's also the purpose of our expert series, is bring the experts from different fields of the industry to have this panel discussion. So it's not going to be really presentation format. It's more about all of us presenting a few cases that we believe can represent the best of how to, what are the areas to consider before coming up with the drone solution that works for you for that specific project. So with that note, I'd like to introduce our panel today. We'll start with Kevin from RMUS.
Well, thank you, Yifei. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad we were able to make this happen. So RMUS Canada is a reseller of UAV hardware and software. And we've been doing this pretty much for as long as commercial UAVs have been around. So we started this. We were the very first, back when we came from Gap Wireless, we were the very first DJI enterprise partner in Canada. And then our headquarters in the US was one of the first two or three in the US. So we currently work with a number of different brands and the main companies. So if you want to just quickly advance the slide, Yifei.
Yep.
So really our expertise is on the fleet management side. So we really work with larger organizations. Our customers are amongst the largest in Canada. So RCMP, Canadian Forces, OPG, Hydro-Quebec, many of the mines, and basically public safety, energy, and mining are our main areas. And so we help them set up, support, and get their fleets flying. And then we have a great partnership network on the training side with people like AlteX. So we're also partners with Wingtra here on the call as well. So that's very exciting. So next slide, please. So really what we look at is we look at drone programs very holistically. I won't go into detail on all of this, but we really see it's not just about buying a drone. It's about understanding your regulatory environment. It's about setting up your program for success internally with a UAV coordinator, someone who's going to run the program and understand that there's internal stakeholders, there's pilots, and then there's going to be external regulatory stakeholders and how to engage with them. And then really selecting the right equipment and the right sensors for the kinds of outcomes you want. And part of that is then having the right processing software available to get the kind of outcomes you need and store all your data. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the training piece is critical to being able to ensure that your pilots are safety conscious and compliant with internal and external regulations. Next slide, please. And so I won't again go into this detail, but you see we really specialize in both aerial and ground robotics. So DJI and Wingtra, who I mentioned, you can see some of the other more specialty applications, as well as the ground robotics side with Boston Dynamics Spot, GE bike and the Sarcos crawler. So really, and we'll probably talk about this more today, we're seeing more and more inspection robotics that's going to be integrated with both ground and aerial fleets. And I think that's only going to continue to grow moving forward. So final slide. So really, I won't toot our own horns, but back when DJI was giving out awards, we won a few of them, both in US and Canada. And we have a pretty good selection of A players in terms of the hardware and software and some of the customers that I mentioned. So, so we have a great team. We invest a lot in our team to help them continue to develop their piloting and their equipment and processing expertise. And we have a number of different vertical specific people from both public safety, mining, and energy that worked on in the field in inspection and in operations as well. So that's RMUS. So thanks, Ife, again for the opportunity.
Thanks, Kevin. And now moving on to Razvan Skutaro from Stratus Geomatics.
Thank you, Ife. So if you may go on to the next slide. So basically, we're a team of professionals. The company is fairly young, but we got off the ground quite fast. We've gained a lot of experience the last 2 years in the data acquisition field. So we're a team of professionals with diverse backgrounds. Myself, I come from an ITIS background. Our business partners come from an engineering standpoint. So that's kind of a synergy between the two professions, in order to basically build a company that specializes in data acquisition, and not only that, in finished products for the engineering and construction fields. So we provide cutting edge solutions using a wide range of equipment. We use rovers, base stations, and of course drones that are basically enabled with RTK and GNSS receivers. We get centimeter precisions from our ground stations, and this creates the perfect synergy for high yielding results, which directly translates into greater efficiency and the ability to get companies to have data-driven business decisions. So if you go on to the next slide, Ife, here basically these are our main core services. So we specialize in LiDAR data acquisition, and then we also do the post-processing and segmentation. And everything basically goes into our CAD engineering services. So we have a built-in in-house CAD department that's able to provide services directly to engineering firms and construction companies, as said before. So we go not only from data acquisition, but all the way to the finished product. So we don't finish with just a point cloud. We truly give the clients what they need in order to perform their job. We also specialize in photogrammetry and point cloud generation. And of course, this ties in again into the post-processing and segmentation. We do ground-based surveys when using drones sometimes is not feasible in very, very highly vegetated or canopied areas. And also we do inspections based, of course, aerial-based inspections. Next slide. So about me, I have a background in IT and IS. I'm a project manager. I was an executive director for a large nonprofit company. We have over 4,000 full-time staff. I actually managed a team of over 30 people. And also my biggest thing is I have contributed to 2 provisional patents, which essentially are approved by Measurement Canada into dimensioning of non-standard packages for one of the biggest Canadian logistics companies. And I also led software and development teams in both innovation and user-centric design.
It's quite a background, Raz.
Yeah, a little bit.
Perfect. That's great to have you on today. And last but not least, we'll move on to James from Wingtra.
Well, thanks, Ife, for having me on here today. Appreciate the opportunity to join you guys on this discussion. My name is James Donaldson. I'm with Wingtra. I'm the channel manager here in Canada. My background, I've been working in the drone industry since 2012. And I've worked with both multi-rotor and standard fixed wing solutions. If we could jump to the next slide there, Ife. Our company was founded in 2016. Our head office is in Zurich, Switzerland. We do have a global presence. We're in pretty much every corner of the world. We're mapping large, small areas. We're the leader in VTOL drone technology across the world, and we've got about 100 employees spread in all corners of the world as well. We can jump to the next one. We got a local presence, every major city probably across the world. Locally here in Canada, obviously we've got Kevin Totterdale with the RMUS team that do a great job for us. We've also got SciTech Mid-Canada, locally here in Eastern Canada, SciTech Western Canada, and our distributors out in the East Coast, SDF Solutions, that are helping the Maritimes teams. We can jump to the next one. The customers that are trusting our solution, you know, they're pretty household names out there in the industry. We're working here in Canada with like Lafarge and Westmoreland, Newmont, Barrick Gold. You know, these companies are looking for a very reliable, accurate, trusted solutions. So they've come to us, and we've formed a great partnership with these global companies. We can jump to the next one. What these companies are using our solution for, like I mentioned, large and small area mapping projects. You know, if you're doing it for surveying, planning, construction, any topographic surveys. You know, in mining, you're doing your material management, movement across the site, where you're looking for precise precision, and also agriculture, any sort of environmental management, reclamation projects, population counting of wildlife. There's a lot of applications that our customers are using it for. And yeah, I think that was my last slide as well.
Great. Thank you, James.